All right. Okay. Let me it's preface this segment for the people on YouTube. Okay, just letting you guys know this. All right. So I haven't watched this video yet, but apparently Mitch Johnson said that, because we complained about this, right? We said, hey, why didn't you call a timeout? He said that he didn't have a timeout. We'll have to watch it and see exactly what was said. Carolina Teague, shout out to Carolina, tweeting out that national televised games have different timeout rules than local televised games, and explains why Mitch Johnson stated he had no timeouts when they appeared to be 3 on the Jumbotron tonight. It's complex. Here's the rules. And there's a bunch of rules here that's kind of not straightforward at all. I mean, it's straightforward, but it's a little convoluted, in my opinion. Little ridiculous. So, you know, I get all of this. So it says each team is entitled 7 charged timeouts. We all know that. Each team is limited to no more than 4 timeouts in the fourth quarter. So we all know the whole, you know, use it or lose it when going into the fourth quarter, right? So because no matter how many timeouts you have, you're not going to have 7 going into the fourth. Like, they're going to limit you to 4. And I'm pretty sure at the end of the third, the Spurs have 4. I think. I don't think I'm crazy here. I think we have 4. Each team will be limited to 2 timeouts after the latter of the 3-minute mark of the fourth period and the conclusion of the second mandatory timeout of the fourth period. And there's a lot of rules here. There's a lot of rules in national televised games. Yada yada. You can read it for yourself. I don't want to be anti-intellectual with this, but my take holds true. All right. So my whole thing was, you need to find a way to get those guys off the court when your team is getting destroyed in that third quarter run. At this point, you need something. Tell your team to foul. Do something. Stop the clock. Stop the bleeding. Find a way to stop it. Drink a Gatorade and accidentally drop it on the ground. Do something. Good God. Give the refs a wedgie. Do something. Anyways, all right, let's take a look at what he had to say. I think this official Spurs posted it, so we don't have to have any bad quality here. Let's see. No, did you see them hyping up how ready we were for them, and now they've just trounced us? I don't get how we have made an adjustment and had a bounce back. They did us the same way, but worse. There was no bounce back. Yeah, it was no bounce back. I told you the biggest issue I have for this game is not switching out players, man. You got to switch out players. Okay, actually, no, it's not posted. It's not posted on the official. We do have to go to bad quality. All right, let's see here. It's 44 seconds. Let's see if we can find a longer one. Sorry, guys. I thought it was posted. That was the pregame one. That's my bad. Okay, so is this a longer one? Okay, so this is on Spurs Reporter's channel or page. And he says, just remember, NBA teams are subjected to specific rules regarding timeouts during national televised games as outlined in the NBA rulebook. Well, can someone outline exactly? Yeah, is there a rule of challenging plays? I will always stand by. You got to find a way. You got to find a way. I don't care, but let's listen. I'll try to be fair. Let's listen. Here. And actually, I don't think it's on my earphones. So I don't want you guys to hear echo. Yeah, it wasn't on my earphones. Okay, cool.
That would be a good reason.
Yeah, I didn't have one.
Oh, that would be a good reason.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those where I think guys are trying to make plays, and the way they guard and the way the game was going, it probably was going to be the second, third, or fourth action or person trying to make a play. And I think when we look back, I don't know if we took bad shots, we took quick shots. And again, you just put yourself in the potential possibility if you miss the shot, here we go. And that's what happened in that stretch. It felt like, at least.
We didn't take bad shots. We took quick shots.
Until I look back at it.
Are they really cognizant of that old school aspect that you talked about and the optimistic push? Don't make the necessary adjustments. I mean, you got Indiana coming up, a team in a couple days.
I hope so, and we will see.
Okay, I gotta hear that question again. Hold on.
That you talked about and the
And that's what happened in that stretch. It felt like, at least until I look back at it.
Are they really cognizant of that old school aspect that you talked about and the optimistic push? Don't make the necessary adjustments. I mean, you got Indiana coming up, a team in a couple days.
I hope so, and we will see.
Okay, so when he said that they didn't have a timeout, are we 100% sure that he's discussing the specifics of the national title event, or are we talking about just not having a timeout to give going into the fourth quarter? As I talked to my boy Swish about that as well, because pretty sure the Spurs only have 4, and you didn't have one of those use it or lose it timeouts, right? You didn't have like 5. I think Spurs had 4, and it seemed like maybe he was saying he was afraid of using it going into the fourth quarter. I don't quite understand it. He literally had a timeout. The missed challenge was 7:42 in the third. Shaking my head, he called a timeout at 6:38. This is so. I don't know. No disrespect to Spurs reporter or Carolina. I think you guys know I love Carolina. She's dope. No disrespect, but I don't know. I'm not going to bat for this. I'm not gonna say, well, no, it made sense. I'm sorry, God. There is no. If the rules say there is no timeouts in the second half whatsoever, let me just say this, because it doesn't matter. All this doesn't matter. I don't necessarily care. You guys know that I try not to be like overly emotional. I try to think things through, or at least when I come to a take, I'm not trying to be like just reactionary to every single thing. Like I try my best to think things through, for us to think of it logically if we can, right? Let me just say this. Screw all this. All right? Delete the whole rule book. Let's just put in the rule. We'll make our own rules. Let's just put in the rules. Teams do not have any timeouts in the second half. Let's just say that. In the second half, in the third quarter, no matter what, even if your team, we can put that in the rule book. Even if your team is getting blown out, they're just getting destroyed. They're getting mollywopped. Even if your team is getting mollywopped, we can put that in there. They'll know what that means. Sorry, a lot of young coaches out there. There is no timeout that you can call. None. No timeouts. I still blame Mitch Johnson. I will still blame him. You find a way to stop the bleeding, man. That went on way too long. As I said in the other segment, it felt like Goku on Planet Namek. There's only 5 minutes left, and it went on for like 55 episodes. It went on forever. That fight went on forever. Hold on, let's go. Let me remind you. Let me remind the chat of what happened in that third quarter. And this isn't the first time, okay? So if we want to say, well, it's the televised, this isn't the first time. This has been a trend of not calling timeouts when we need it. This has been a trend of not switching out players to have fresh legs out there. This has been a trend of playing the same 7 players as if we're on a playoff run. All right, so listen. Look at this. Just so the chat knows, you might have forgot how bad it got. So let's see here. All right, so Devin Vassell, All right, 6 minutes 58. You got Brandon Clark makes a 7-point shot. Steph Castle had a bad pass. And then Desmond Baines makes a dunk. Spurs called a timeout. And then we got Devin Vassell made a 3-point shot, so Devin's doing his thing. Made a dunk. He did his thing, right? And then we got Jake LaRavia making 2 free throws. We had Jay Huff enter the game for Luke Kennard. There's no reason, after fouls, that the Spurs wouldn't have been able to switch out some guys. How about that? How about we at least do that? Devin Vassell made 2 free throws. That's cool. That's good. And this one, it got a little wacky, right? Just a little bit. You got Jake LaRavia makes a free throw. You got Brandon Clark makes a 2-point shot. Devin Vassell makes a 2-point shot. Jay Huff he just got in the game, makes a 1-foot dunk. Charles Bassey makes an alley-oop dunk. This is all Devin Vassell doing everything, mind you. Devin Vassell makes a 2-foot layup. And then it was just like, whoa, what the heck? We're down by 2. What's going on? Aldama makes a driving dunk. Brandon Clark makes a 2-point shot. Luke Kennard makes a 25-foot shot. What else happened? Brandon Clark makes a 2-point shot. Aldama makes a 25-foot 3-point shot. Luke Kennard makes a 15-foot pull-up shot. It just happened over and over. And then Desmond Bane said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give you another 2-point shot. I'm gonna give you another one. Just to put the icing on the cake going into the 4th for you. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all another shot. What are we talking about? Guys, what are we talking about? If you don't have any, like I said, let's just make the rules. We'll make our own rules, okay? You had no timeouts, actually. You had none. You don't get any in the second half, okay? We're all dumb. We're all dumb. We don't know anything, right? We don't know the rules, but we just looked up the rules, and the rules say you get no timeouts at all in the 3rd and the 4th. So what do you do? Well, spill some Gatorade on the court, yell at a ref, tell one of your players to foul, do something. Stop the bleeding. Make something happen. Don't just sit there and just hope that the team will figure it out. That's my little rant. That's my mini rant. I hope it wasn't too harsh, okay? Because I genuinely do like Mitch Johnson, but no, dude. No. We're the San Antonio Spurs, okay? We're destined for greatness here, okay? We're not gonna just play by the rules. We're not gonna play by these little rules. Oh, we gotta play it straight lace. No, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Mitch Johnson, get out there. Tell a coach to get on the court and get a tech. Do something. Stop it. Stop the bleeding. Stop it. It's going on too long. Figure something out. Spit out some gum. Take off your shoes. Have the refs stop the game and yell at you for your shoes being off, saying you can't do that. That's against the rules. Have them show you the rules. Attempt a timeout, and then when they say you don't have that timeout, that's a tech. Then have them open up the book and go to rule number 5 and explain to you why you don't have a timeout, so your team can just stop the bleeding. That's all I gotta say about that. Insane. That's what Pop would do. Mitch Johnson's a young coach. That's what any really great coach would do, or any really good coach would do. Spurs saw the Hawks were better than expected and pivoted. That's funny. I still think we're better than the Hawks. They're just in the East. All right. Sorry. Got a little heated. I don't like this at all. I'm sorry. I call BS. I don't care. And like I said, that could be very foolish of me. You know, you guys know I try my best to be level-headed when we're all like losing it and we're all angry, but this is not one of those times. All right, I'm not okay with this. Oh, I'm hyped for the Paris games too. That should be fun. At least that should be fun. Anyone notice there's no post-game press conference? We just went over. I mean, not on the Spurs channel yet, which yeah, it is kind of late for them not to have it on there yet. I don't know how long it usually takes, but yeah, I don't know. All right, and in segment.